Hello. I'm on a plane to Mexico, and I'm still alive.
She was a Mexican girl. She had Mexican blood. I seen it the night that she died. She was a Mexican girl. She had Mexican blood. Oh, how she could drive that Mexican boy.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. I'm in a room in Mexico, Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. Now it's a little bit of air conditioning here because it's about 100 degrees outside, and I'm using the backpack podcast app on the phone. I'm holding the earbuds, so there might be some noise. You can hear the air conditioning. So I got here, well, yesterday. Let's take you back to the first day we got to San Francisco from Hawaii. I went to Hawaii last week to pick up my daughter and granddaughter. They're all moving back to the house, as you well know if you've been listening to the last few episodes of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Oh, I'm drinking a Mexican Modelo, and this is the first Modelo of the day, but it's about the sixth, maybe the fifth beer of the day. Let me take a sip of this fine Mexican Modelo. Oh, that's good. The sixth one of the day is always the best. I was told that the beer in Mexico tastes a little bit different than the comparable brands in the United States. I think it may, I can't tell much of a difference, but if anything, it's better. And definitely it's way cheaper. I think it was like, for this six-pack of Modelo, it might have been maybe like $3 for a six-pack. I don't quote me on that. I will research it when I go back to get more. But I think it was about $3 for a six-pack of Modelo. Can't beat that. And the Tecate was here already at the room. We're staying at the Amara, somewhere. I think it's called Amara. It's a really, really nice place. He got this penthouse, and there are three. Let's see, there's four. The whole bunch of us here. My wife, me, my wife's brother, his wife's daughter and son. His daughter's like in her 20s, his son's like 16, and then his son and his wife and their little like 1-year-old daughter. And we each have our own room, so it's a really nice place, and it's a really nice resort. These guys are, well, all right, let me back you up first. I got to San Francisco from Hawaii. I was really nervous about flying with the little baby, me, my daughter, and the baby from Hawaii, but it worked out okay. She slept for about 30 minutes on the plane and then woke up and had a panic freak out for like 15 minutes. And everybody on the plane was like ready to throw us off the plane. And my granddaughter wanted off the plane. My daughter was ready to jump out the window of the plane. And some senior citizen lady, about 70 years old with purple hair and 2 masks, came to try to help, and my daughter said, "Shut up, lady," or she said, "Don't talk to me. I'm not listening to you." So the lady freaked out and ran back to her seat. Martine was ready to punch people. But other than that, the flight was, we made it back, let's just put it that way. And the baby was great when we got home. And we were to fly back on Tuesday, or fly to Mexico Tuesday morning, the wife and me. Our plane left LA at 6 a.m. The granddaughter woke up at about 1:30 puking, and my daughter is freaking out. She was throwing up every 5 minutes. So we got up and tried to help her with the grandkid. And consequently, we were up at 1:30 and didn't bother going back to sleep because we had an Uber coming to pick us up at 4:15. But we made it to the airport on time. We flew to LA, met my brother-in-law and his wife, and went to the Alaska Airlines lounge. I did not drink because I was on no sleep. The flight was pretty nice from LA to Ixtapa, Mexico. Got to this place. Went out to eat last night at some place, a sports bar. It was a disaster. They were not expecting people to come eat. We went to the wrong place, put it that way. But we made it here, and I decided yesterday to book I wanted to go fishing when I was here, and I thought that we were all going to book a fishing trip and we're all going to go, just rent a whole boat and go fishing. Turns out nobody wanted to, except for me. So I booked a fishing trip for myself in Zihuatanejo on a boat called I can't remember what it's called, but so you got a white boy in Mexico who doesn't speak Spanish, who's going to another town, which is like a 15-minute cab ride away in another town from where I'm staying, with somebody who doesn't speak English on a boat, and the stories about kidnappings. What could go wrong? I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm doing it because I've seen pictures of what they catch out here, and if I came out here and did not fish, I would never forgive myself. So I'm going to do that. Back to this place here. This place is called the AMARA. I believe that's what it's called in Ixtapa. It is really nice. There are 3 pools here. We're in the penthouse suite. My brother-in-law apparently has got money, but we're in the penthouse suite, and it is super nice. Everybody's getting along so far. We're only in day 1, or actually day 1.5, because we got here yesterday afternoon. His son lost his luggage, so I don't know what he's wearing for clothes. We spent today. We took a cab to Zihuatanejo, where I'm going fishing from. We were the only Americans there, and nobody spoke English. And we went and bought a bunch of fish and shrimp and produce and brought it back here. Man, that market had the freshest fish I have ever seen. So we're going to cook out tonight and have a bunch of stuff. What else about this place? So the guys, there's security guards walking around this place. There may be, I don't know, there seems to be nobody at this resort or this place we're staying. It's not a hotel. It's kind of like a rental resort place. There's resorts on both sides as well, and they're packed. The place we're staying seems to be empty. There's no front desk or lobby or anything like that, but there are these security. You got to go through these locked gates. There's security up front at the gates, and anybody that comes through has to show ID. And there's these guys and these security guards walking around the premises, and they walk by the pool all day and check out the beach to make sure people aren't coming on the property. And they're carrying big, huge billy clubs. That is very comforting to a scared little white boy in Mexico who's never been to Mexico in his entire life and doesn't speak a word of Spanish. So that's it, friends. There we are. There is the update from Mexico. I apologize for not doing a full Rock and Roll Geek show. I thought when I was coming back from Hawaii I was going to have Monday and Tuesday and fly out on Wednesday. I got my dates wrong. I did a diary post on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do approve people, etc., etc. I apologize for not doing a full episode. I will do one when I return. I'm going to try to do several of these mini episodes. If you do not hear this episode, it means that I was kidnapped on a fishing boat and brought to a drug cartel's dungeon, B, thrown off the fishing boat and used for shark bait, or 3, my wife hired the fishing boat to murder her husband. Let's hope you hear from me, friends, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Anything else? I'm about 6 beers in. Let's finish up this number 6 here. That's good beer. It's good Modelo. I like the Tecate a little bit better than the Modelo in Mexico. Craig from the Butlers says that he heard the Tecate tastes different. It kind of a little bit different. But I enjoy Mexican beer. You can't go wrong. I mean, it's the best beer in the world to me. So I love Mexico just for that alone. All right, friends. I'll talk to you soon. Let's close out with a little bit Thin Lizzy, what I opened with Mexican Blood. Rockandrollgeek.com is where you can find the show. I'll post a picture of the security guard on the show notes at rockandrollgeek.com. Send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, with the subject line, Butler. We don't want to hear about your stupid Mexico trip. Go fuck yourself. It's the subject line if you don't want to hear this. If you do, thank you for listening, friends. And please keep the donations coming, because without your donations, I wouldn't be able to take these world traveling trips and have 12 houses. All right, enough of that. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Facebook, R&R Geek. Twitter, R&R Geek. Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek. Don't ask. Here's Thin Lizzy.
She was a Mexican girl, she had Mexican blood. I seen it the night that she died. She was a Mexican girl, she had Mexican blood. Oh, how she could drive that Mexican boy wild. He's on the run near El Paso, and he'll cross all across America. He's leaving behind old Mexico and his girl, that pretty Mexican girl. Pretty Mexican girl that died. She had Mexican blood. That she had Mexican blood. She had Mexican blood. He was a Mexican boy with a Mexican smile, and he drank a little tequila. He was a Mexican boy in a Mexican town, and oh, how he loved his young senorita. Now and then he'd cross the Rio Grande, and he'd come back a wanted man. His Mexican girl was his Mexican prize, and that girl was his girl, that pretty Mexican girl, that pretty Mexican girl that died. She had Mexican blood. She had Mexican blood. Was a cowboy's boy and a cowboy's son, and on his head he had a gun. He was a cowboy's boy, he was the law, he was out looking for someone. The night he rode into town, the Mexican boy tried to gun him down. That's when his heart broke up inside, 'cause lying on the ground was his girl. This pretty Mexican girl, she died. She had Mexican blood. She had Mexican blood. She had Mexican and she loved him. She had Mexican when he lost her. She had Mexican when hurt him. She had Mexican blood. I see that the night she died. She loved him. She had Mexican. That's when we lost her. She had now he's heartbroken. She had Mexican. He loved her. She had Mexican and she loved him. She had Mexican. We lost her.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.